everyone is keeping safe during the MCO 2.0. We're back here again on Fans Talk Football. On this episode, we will be covering the biggest game for this weekend, and you already know who they are: Liverpool and Manchester United. So let's welcome Sam and Farouq on our episode today.
Welcome,
Together
boys.
with
Welcome,
Jamal,
guys.
Lee. So Jamal has decided to take the back seat after the dismal Scholars draw last night. So he has
Such a
taken the
fun
role.
game. Why do I even wake up at 4 in the morning to watch this kind of game?
Exactly.
Yeah, I know the feeling now. I know the feeling.
This evening he didn't sound quite all right, but I will call you again on Monday for our
Yeah,
big match
yeah.
on
At 4 in the
Tuesday.
morning. At 4 in the morning.
4 in the morning. That's right. So, Sam, are we looking at the biggest fixture for this season?
I think definitely it's the biggest fixture in the season. And the beginning of the season, no one would think it is a big fixture in terms of like where the table's gonna be. Even if like United wasn't now first place or anywhere in the top four, Liverpool versus United will be a big fixture for the fans. But now it's a big fixture in like the title race, and no one would thought it would be between United and Liverpool.
That's right. Can I get someone from the Liverpool side to agree on this?
Yeah, definitely. I think so. Especially considering I think they're coming into this game as favourites. We are the ones who are the underdogs in this case, even though it's at Anfield. Because we can't even beat like teams like West Brom, Fulham, Newcastle, and stuff. So I think for us to go against the current league leaders right now, it's going to be a good game.
Yeah.
Right?
If there is something that you're very concerned about coming towards
Yeah.
this weekend's fixture against United, what would that be?
Oh, it's definitely the defense, because right now we are missing so many first choice centre backs. So it's going to be Fabinho and probably like one of the young guys, or maybe even Henderson, who's not a natural centre back. So against the pace of Martial, Rashford, Pogba, and Bruno Fernandes, it's going to be very difficult to keep these guys in check. And also, especially if Fabinho is in defense, means he's not in midfield, breaking up the attack. So we're probably going to have to play Wijnaldum or Thiago there, who's not like really 100% right now. So it's going to be very dangerous on counter attack. We're very, very scared of the counter attack because that's United's. That's how they do some damage.
And Ling, I'm sure everyone here on tonight's episode is very surprised with how Ole has already transformed United. So can you tell me what has he changed in terms of the strategies, formation that has led them to play such wonderful football and has found back the rhythm with Pogba in the team?
I wouldn't really say we are playing wonderful football right now. I mean, based on the scores and like recently we played Burnley, right? And it was just a 1-0 game, but it was still a fragile game, I would say. Even after Pogba scored that goal, it was still like going like Burnley most likely look like they're gonna score an equalizer. So I wouldn't say like we completely transformed. I guess it's just the spirit of the players has been lifted so far compared to last season, I would say. And they have this winning mentality in them. And I would say Bruno played the major part in this. More than Ole, I would say it's Bruno. And I guess a lot of improvements are there in Pogba, as how I despised him in the starting of the season. But right now, I would say he was the best player against Burnley when we played that day, actually, I would say. And improvement of the players, definitely. And I guess the spirit of the players. If you tell me about formation-wise, there's nothing much really changed, actually, if you ask me. Yeah.
The formation has always been the same throughout the whole season.
For now, I think, yeah, it's most probably the same. And the same formation we played when we played against Crystal Palace on our first game and we lost. Yes. So I guess we are still looking at the same formation, actually. Yes.
Um, okay, let's just try and take a point of view from an Arsenal fan, Jamal. So
Yeah.
if you're looking into this fixture, Arsenal and sorry, Liverpool and United, like uh, which side are you confident of producing a result?
Well, I think today Liverpool's got the edge because they're playing at Anfield, number one. Also because they look like the team most likely to defend their undefeated streak over in Anfield under Jurgen Klopp. United's been on a run. Their attacking is very, very potent, and Liverpool's defense are very shaky. So you may expect to see a little bit of goals today because, on Sunday. I think it's also very interesting to see the rivalry renewed. Throughout the years
That's
we've
right.
seen it
That's right.
watered down, we've seen it diluted,
I
and
completely
everyone
agree.
was always talking about. Back in the days, everyone was always talking about United, Liverpool, those rivalries, and also I think they're the two top teams in England. So I think today we're gonna try and dissect to see who's actually the top team this between Manchester United and Liverpool. And I think it's interesting to see what the fans have to say.
That's right. Being an Arsenal fan and also a Newcastle fan, we see all these arguments of United and Liverpool and their banter on Facebook about how many penalties they have won.
Oh my
Isn't there like a
super
stat that
argument.
is actually like Leicester that's got the most penalties or something? Not even Liverpool or
They
United.
got to get
Yeah.
them 8, man.
They
8 or 9 if I'm not
Vardy
mistaken.
lah, Vardy just run and then jatuh penalty, right?
But would anybody here would like to justify or like to defend their club on whether this whole penalty is like being biased to either Liverpool or United or Klopp? Is
No,
he
I mean, I I think it's the fact that if you see the stats, it's like Leicester, United, and Liverpool, right? Probably the top three like that or something like that, right? And it goes to show because you see the strike Vardy and then the Liverpool front three and the United front three are probably the fastest, not in terms of like top speed, but the fastest moving attackers and the way they play, right? Especially United and Liverpool, right? You got Mane, you got Firmino, you got Salah, we've got Rashford, either Greenwood or Martial. So these are really fast players and the way they play, and then they're gonna burst into the box. They're not the kind. We are not a Route One team, Burnley la and all that. Both Liverpool and United. We will pass our way and create chances that way through balls into the box and try to get into the box as possible. Then anything happens in the box. If anything is to blame, I think it's the unclear rules because some of those penalties were given because the handball and so forth, like the Brighton United one, and I think there was a couple of others, right? What is the handball rule now? That is it? Kena the hand and straight away.
The hand to ball rule doesn't exist anymore, man. Or ball to hand.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
know.
more of handball.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just handball now. Yeah.
Exactly. Like I honestly feel if what is to be fair, if someone takes a shot and the defender kena the defender's hand and he's not looking and he has no idea where the ball actually is, it shouldn't be a foul. It shouldn't be a penalty.
Not deliberate. Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Because like we turn away, right? I mean, we all are footballers. We want to block a shot. We're turning away. We don't throw. We're just trying to put our body in the way. If you kena the hand, it's definitely not
I
deliberate.
think Pogba had a penalty like that this season, if I'm not mistaken. This season, last season, when Pogba tried to block his and
Yeah,
the referee
yeah.
gave it a penalty, right?
Yeah.
I think it was against Crystal Palace, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's the first game. I'm not sure. I forgot. Against
Yeah.
who? Yeah.
So besides all these political posts I found on Nick's page, there is one relatable to this weekend, Liverpool United. So let me just read it out. Dear Tom Cruise, tell me what I have to do to ensure we beat United this weekend, as I don't think I'll be able to handle their fans.
Actually, Nick, I don't know why you say you guys are the underdog. I feel United is the underdog.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are the
We are going
champions.
into Anfield, bro. You guys are the
No,
defending
bro.
champions.
I don't feel we are
Anfield. Yeah.
You are definitely the
I haven't
favorites.
beat West Ham and Newcastle and Fulham, all these games are all winnable. You know, if you want to be champions, you got to win them 1-0. You got to grind out the result, and we can't even get a win. It's just very upsetting.
Hey,
We got
hey,
one goal in the past 3.
Crystal Palace, Brighton,
was-
No, we beat Brighton. Who else did we lose to?
Maybe Brighton.
Ling? We Crystal
Arsenal.
Palace. Okay, lah,
Arsenal,
Arsenal.
bro.
Arsenal.
Bro.
Spurs
That's
6-1.
No,
Viking
to be honest
Mourinho
with you,
6-1.
Everton.
out of the
Everton.
3 losses,
No, Everton
Arsenal
we beat.
pisses me the most. Everton we beat.
Okay,
Yeah.
let
Oh,
me
yeah,
just
yeah,
read
yeah.
all the other three things that Nick would do
Okay.
just to ensure that the father of Scientology will help his wishes. One of them is jump on Oprah's couch, proclaiming my love for Muhyiddin Yassin policies. I'm sorry if I'm doing all the political jokes in this episode, but
I love PM. If the police are listening, I love PM.
Yeah.
yeah, but the way I'm reading this is like as if it shows that are you saying that this match would determine the champion for this season?
I think because United are currently ahead right now, and it's a psychological thing. If Liverpool cannot beat them now, I think they might just run away with it, especially considering our form. And yeah, it's more of a psychological thing. I think I don't want us to go 6 points behind them, and then it's going to be very difficult to catch up after that, considering we haven't really been playing very well ourselves. So at least if we beat them, we go even, and at least we both have to start worrying about Man City coming up from behind.
Yep. Farouq, just name one player that you think will stand out.
So for me, I would say, I mean, of all fairness, I think Bruno Fernandes will stand out on the game. I mean, because
Yeah, fair
his
enough.
performance has been quite impressive for the past 2 games. I mean, people are really praising him, and I actually agree to that.
Correct, got it. Jamal, besides United and Liverpool being the most talked about team this season, can you just name me one more team that is actually still in the title race?
I think Manchester City is still in the title race. I think they're not being looked at as seriously as they should. And I can see why, because also Guardiola's team has not played the same amount of games that Liverpool and Manchester United have.
One
so
game
you don't
behind.
see them catching up in terms of points. Secondly is obviously Leicester. I don't know how you're going to shrug this team off. When it looks like they're down, they just come back up. And they're stringing out some good results. Jamie Vardy's been very good, especially away from home. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see. But I still put City above Leicester, and also I still think that Manchester City will finish above Manchester United. Only because I think City's got the squad to deal with the number of fixtures coming into this 2021. The fixtures are coming thick and fast, and you're seeing teams play 3 matches in a week. And as you can see, this has taken a toll on many teams in the Premier League. And City's the only one with a big enough squad with quality to actually sustain. You can see that even though they've got a number of players out from contracting COVID, they still beat Chelsea, and then they still put in impressive performances. So yeah, I still think that Manchester City should be taken extremely seriously
This season. Okay. Ling, speaking of COVID, is the Premier League doing the right thing by continuing the fixtures that is taking the toll on the players?
As much as I love football and the EPL right now, but I really think that it's a wrong move, if you ask me, man. Yeah, it's a really wrong move because Boris, their prime minister, called for lockdown last week, right, or 2 weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken. They called for lockdown, but they allowed the EPL to go on. Which is a contact sport, so what's the point you putting a lockdown when you have so many players already playing like this, and so many are testing positive, And as much as I enjoy football, love seeing EPL, I really think they should actually, stop for a while and then start back like how they did the last season. Let the whole thing die down
I think
first
it's
for a
more of
while.
a business decision also, because next year, don't forget, it's the World Cup as well, and they still have the Euros pending.
Yeah.
I think they got to
So
cancel
that's
the
quite,
Euros lah. I think the smart thing to do is cancel the Euros.
maybe that's a good
Because
idea.
Euro
Yeah.
2021
People don't
and
really
World
care
Cup
about that.
2022 already,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's
Exactly.
next
Where's
year,
the break?
really.
Just cancel lah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Coming to Liverpool's form, the last few games, Nick, they trashed Palace, and they played away from home. 7-0. But
Yeah.
what actually happened right after that result?
For me personally, I think it's because if you look at the stats, we have actually played pretty alright. We've dominated the games. We've gotten a lot of shots on goal. We have possession in their box, but it's more like we didn't really have much shots on target. I think they're just suffering from a lot of fatigue, lack of rotation. Because last year around this, I think Klopp rotated Origi, Shaqiri into the squad, and Lallana on occasion, and Chamberlain as well. Whereas this season he hasn't really rotated much. It's still Firmino, Salah, and Mane, and Jota is injured, so there's not much rotation. So if you look at their stats, I've seen a heat map of their play. Towards the last half an hour of the game, they're usually very, very they're lacking, they're really slow.
Actually, I agree with you, Nick.
Yeah,
I feel Liverpool's challenge this season is to
The injuries,
is to have proper squad depth, and I don't think Liverpool
Yeah.
has enough squad depth, especially with the games so often. So that I think it tells you why Klopp is not doing, because he doesn't trust them. I mean, if the manager is not putting on the players, he doesn't trust them to make a difference. So why change? That's why he's sticking and he's relying on Mane and Fabinho and Salah to get the job done.
Yep. I'm not going to
So-
defend him too much, because honestly, he spent a lot more than a lot of other teams. So I'm not going to find excuses and say
The last window was very difficult, but no one wants to sell, nobody got money to buy. You guys,
You
I
know,
think
getting
Thiago
buys.
was a pretty good buy, but it was like the best you guys
Yeah.
could do in that window.
Yeah,
Correct.
I mean, you look at the injury list between United and Liverpool. Is it wrong for me to say that if you look at the list from the United side, they are not as concerned as Liverpool?
I think that if you take out a few players, United is still quite okay. Because let's say, but of course, you're going down in terms of quality, lah. If we don't have Martial up front, we've got Cavani to come in, right? If we don't have Fernandes, we have Van der Beek to come in, right? If we don't have Pogba, Matic, we have Fred and McTominay, which I think they're probably going to start. Fred McTominay is going to start. We have Bailly as backup, and our wing backs, we got now Alex Telles on one
I
side.
would rather Bay start, man. I really hope he doesn't put
I
Lindelof
think
in.
I think it's going to be 5 at the back, I think we're gonna do 5 at the back. I don't think it's going to be 4-3-3.
If he's gonna be another attacking game, or is it gonna be a defensive game?
I think Ole is going to go for 5 at the back. I think it'll be
Five at
Bailly, Maguire, and Shaw, and Telles and Bissaka.
Shaw and Bissaka, yeah.
Yeah,
What about
But that's risking it, don't you think?
because he knows
Yeah,
that
when
we're
he's-
going to give possession to Liverpool. Liverpool's going to have it, and we're going to go on a counter, lah.
And you have players like Bailly who's injury prone, So
Because
that's,
Liverpool's
yeah.
strength, I'm sure Nick and Farouq will agree with me, right? You guys won the EPL last year because of 2 guys, and it's not Salah and it's not Firmino. It's Trent Alexander and Robertson, right?
And
So it makes
Robertson.
sense to play 5 at the back, because then we can have our wing backs just juggle your wing backs without you pulling our shit too much, because then we still have 3 in the middle. So we stopped the crosses in, and that is how we actually kept you behind when we had that 1-1 draw. We stopped Robertson from getting crosses in, and that one goal you all had was a Robertson cross that we didn't stop. So we can stop your
At the
Robertson
84th
and
minute.
yeah. Bloody Lallana. If we can get
Lallana,
of all the players.
Ultimate lah. All they have to do is just defend for a while.
Yeah, United's game plan this Sunday is going to be stop the wing backs and counter.
But I
It's
highly
true,
doubt
because
it's
of the
gonna be
goalkeeping
5.
situation in Manchester United.
Sorry, bro.
De Gea still number 1?
Yeah, lah.
Looks like it, yeah.
Tough one.
Yeah.
You guys okay? You guys happy with De Gea being number 1?
Yeah,
I
I
am
don't
fine
I don't
actually.
know
Yeah.
I don't know what some fans are like, oh, change the game.
I disagree with that.
Yeah.
With the statement saying that, you know what, it's time for De Gea to go. No, man, he's still good. You know,
He made
yeah,
a couple of blunders recently.
yeah, he did. Yeah, but it was not like Kepa, you know. So
Yeah, it's not Kepa level. It's not like Massimo
yeah, you
Taibi
know,
level.
it's still
Taibi level.
still the
Yeah.
gear.
But guys, if you're looking back at the last few games Liverpool played, it was against West Brom, Newcastle, Southampton. All these games, they look very dejected after the 90 minute. Like, are they really too under pressure to perform and get a win, or is it because of their their um, their performance last season is making them feel like they are so underperforming?
I think they lack a plan B lah. If Firmino's that Salah Mane sort of three-prong attack and so early crosses from the wing backs system isn't working, that 4-3-3, then they don't have a
Actually, the
plan B
plan
from
B
the
was
bench.
Thiago lah.
But as a midfielder.
Yeah,
No,
but
you
he's
guys
the guy
remember
that was
last time
supposed
you
to.
guys had like Benteke and then you move away from
Yeah,
a 4-3-3 to like a 4-4-2 and then a target man. You guys don't have
yeah.
a plan B for that lah. I don't know whether that always will work, but that's a plan B.
I think something that Klopp doesn't really enjoy so lah. The having a sort of like a number 9 up front. He likes the number 9 to drop deep and interchange and something like
Yeah.
Pep as well lah, I think.
Yeah,
Something
but
like a
then
false nine.
when they do the two banks of four, then it's really hard. Or two banks of
Yeah.
five right now. It's
Yeah.
hard to break down now. But this is this is what happens when you play against the champions. That's why every game you guys will go, you guys will be the favorites, and the other team knows that, and they've studied you guys. I'm sure. You can imagine the
Yeah.
coaches and all that, right? They look through like hundreds of videos of all the Liverpool games in the last season. How do we get a result of them? How do we get a result of them?
Okay, let's try to take like Arsenal, for example. If you were to have an approach playing against United or also Liverpool, what would be the best strategy or formation to break these two teams?
Okay, well, Arsenal, the way they played against Manchester United at Old Trafford this season is they had two holding midfielders in El Neni and Thomas Partey, and that contributed to stopping balls from the midfield to the United attack. There was one brilliant ball. I think it was who's that? I think it was Rashford to Greenwood. That was the only time that they managed to breach to cut through the Arsenal defense. But Arsenal kept their shape. So I think if Liverpool were to, but you see the difference is because Arsenal doesn't have the attacking potency as Liverpool does. So I think this game it will be much more of United stopping Liverpool's attack more than Liverpool trying to stop United's attack. I see like what Sam said. He sees a potential back five, and I think that's key. Against Liverpool, you gotta be as energetic as them. You gotta close them down early. Like don't let them put in those crosses from the wing backs early. You gotta close them down. And you gotta be careful not to trip either Mane or Salah in the penalty box. I think that's one of the ways you get stuck because Mane knows how to maneuver himself around the penalty box. That's not gonna go anywhere.
Yeah.
And Salah's fast.
Yeah.
Salah's fast. But yeah, I think Liverpool is slightly more rested. I would say. They played. United just recently played right against Burnley, so I think Liverpool will be the more.
And we played two extra games last week as well. The League and the FA Cup.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
So can I get everyone's best formation coming for this fixture?
So it's combined, right?
Combined 11, you mean?
Best combined 11.
So where do we?
4-3-3 formation.
We're starting with.
Let's start with keeper. We'll start with keeper. Yeah, we start with the Liverpool panel. Who do you guys say is the
Keeper.
goalkeeper that you guys select?
I would say I would pick Alisson. Because, I mean, overall, no doubt, De Gea is,
What's that?
I
Wait, don't
mean,
make sense.
arguably the better.
What?
But,
No,
but
Sam
to
is
me,
laughing.
I'm not laughing. No, it's good keeper. He's a good keeper.
for past 18 months, I mean, Alisson has been performing from time to time, so I would pick Alisson for the keeper
Nick?
side.
Do you concur with our Farouq's
I agree.
suggestion?
I think Alisson's the more talented, probably the best top two in the world, behind Oblak maybe.
The
But
hell, Oblak.
with his injury problems, I don't know. If I had to depend on someone, I've been quite frustrated with him this year with his injury problems and everything. But yeah, if I were to choose one, it'll be Alisson, and I'm not being biased because I actually do think he's a better keeper, and I do rate De Gea though. I really do.
I think like
I would say De
we
Gea.
if we're basing it on this season and the form this season, okay, I can give to Alisson. But then the thing is though, he didn't play all the games, right? Didn't he start off
Problem.
injured?
He's not. I think of the total amount of games, maybe even 50% or less. I think.
Then okay,
50%.
based on that, then I think De Gea is a better choice lah because he played more games. And
I don't know. I was
if Alisson played all the games, then fair lah. But he didn't play all the
Again,
games.
the most dependable one is De Gea. Correct.
No, it's not
you
on
link?
him that he got injured because keepers get injured.
Yeah.
lah.
Who do you think? Who do you pick for your keeper for the combined 11?
De Gea.
De Gea. All right. So we got
Yes.
two De Geas and we got two Alissons.
Yeah.
Right, the tiebreaker. Who would you pick between the two? You're the tiebreaker. We gotta have one.
De Gea is not exactly bad, you know.
Sorry, but if it's even a contender for this.
Yeah, okay.
Darlow,
I'd say the
Darlow,
Newcastle
Darlow.
the Newcastle keeper, right, was actually like out of this world against Liverpool. Lah. Like he don't know what he ate for breakfast that day, man. That
Like
guy was
Tuesday or
nuts.
Tongkat
He was
Ayam or
nuts.
something.
Something, man. He was nuts.
In any
It
keeper,
was Neuer for one
he
night.
will look world class.
It's like crying. I was crying.
I know you'd be like, what do you have to do to score, right?
Exactly.
I know. Actually, the
Neuer
last
for
time I
the
saw a
day.
player, a keeper play that good was Carlo Cudicini for Chelsea back in the day. I think it was like 2003 or something.
Like,
It was like De Gea against Arsenal. Do you remember, Jam?
Yeah, oh my god.
Yeah.
oh
Like
yeah.
Neo. That was
The
annoying.
Neo.
That was just annoying.
Yeah.
Sorry, is that your pick again between the two?
De Gea. De Gea. will
De
be
Gea,
next.
okay.
Yes.
De Gea gets the check mark. We'll move to left back. We'll let the United fans have their say. Who do you think should play at left back?
Left back kind of shit. Actually.
Yeah.
You got Luke
Gotta
Shaw.
go the Liverpool one.
Like a look
Then you got
shot.
Andy Robertson. So, Robertson.
Oh, the RoboCop,
Okay,
the Braveheart of Scotland. He's the man.
thing is, we always
Yeah,
say,
gotta go.
The biggest set of
yeah, we always say like Luke Shaw, he's good. Nah, you know, he's not great.
consistency.
He's not great. He's good,
Yeah.
but he's not great. You know.
Who would you guys go for?
Yeah, I would
Robo,
say
man.
Robertson. Huh?
Robertson?
Robo?
Isn't
Right,
like
Robo,
Scottish?
yeah,
Isn't that
exactly.
Scottish captain or something? Like,
He
Yeah,
is.
he is.
Yeah. I think
Right.
that's pretty much unanimous amongst everyone.
yeah.
Okay, now we'll move to right back. Right back's more for that's more challenging. Aaron Wan-Bissaka versus Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Right.
It's pretty difficult. One's more defensive, one's more offensive. Who do you got? Nick, who would you guys pick?
Hey, Farouq, go for it, man.
Oh, yeah, I answered. No, you
So back to Nick.
Okay. This season, Trent hasn't been that good, man. I think he's only got like 1 assist in the past 10 games,
Yeah.
if I'm not wrong. Check the numbers. He hasn't really been performing. Wan-Bissaka is very sound defensively. I think if you want to,
Mm-hmm.
there's no better right back defensively than Wan-Bissaka right now.
Mm-hmm.
But if I were to attribute all the extra stuff that Trent gives, like the runs and then the free kicks and then the corners that he offers and everything, and he's not a bad defender. He's just not as good as Wan-Bissaka. So I guess if I had to choose one for my team, I will still take Trent.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
If I may add, sorry.
Sorry.
I saw that Trent lost the ball 36 times against Southampton.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
not playing well.
In the in the
Yeah,
right
I heard about
pocket
that.
of the
Yeah.
line, to lose the
And he was
ball.
subbed off, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that for me,
That
that
was a really bad day for him. Actually.
very bad. Yeah, should be very bad
Yeah.
day.
Very bad day.
Actually, this season has been a big contrast for him, man. If you ask me.
Yeah,
He was
a
insane.
bit night
Yeah.
and day, a bit night and day lah.
Last season he was insane, bro. Like
Yeah.
crazy, the essays and all.
Yeah.
You know?
Into England and everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fair
For
play.
me, I don't know. As a right back, your first job is to defend. That's your first
Yeah.
job, you know. And
So
if that you're not good at, nothing else really matters. So for me, it has to be Wan-Bissaka lah. Because your first job
gotta
is
go with
your right back. You
Wan-Bissaka,
have to
man.
stop the left winger. That's your job. Right?
And he dives at. I mean, his tackles are insane. Like if you ask me, so I
Spider-Man.
would go with Bissaka. With Bissaka as well, man. Yeah, I mean, no doubt. I mean, of course, his assist is not as offensive as Trent, but Bissaka all the way, man.
Yeah.
Farouq, you mentioned Trent. Is it Trent was your pick? Is it?
Yeah, nice to Trent.
Zai,
agree.
I gotta go back to you, Zai, for the tiebreaker. Who would you pick between Trent
Going to
and
be
Aaron
a
Wan-Bissaka?
very tough one. But besides Bissaka's performance against Wolves, I think the rest he was okay. So I will have to go for Wan-Bissaka. Yes.
Alright, Bissaka gets the check mark. Okay, now we're going to our centre backs. We're gonna go with the Man U fans now. Who do you guys pick as the two centre backs for the best combined 11?
Wait, so is it fit only or anyone?
It's for the squad. Anyone who has been registered for the Premier League squad, which includes Van Dijk because he actually played a few games this
Okay,
season.
Big man.
I think
Who will be the two central
I
defenders that you guys pick?
I gotta pick one as a Van Dijk, man.
Yeah,
I gotta
I think it's
Van
Van Dijk and one United
Yeah.
defender. You know,
And yeah,
so either Van Dijk, Maguire, or Van Dijk, maybe Bailly now. Right?
it's a tough choice between Bailly and Maguire.
I would
say.
love to
Maguire
see
has
Van
really
Dijk,
improved,
Bailly, and like they just.
Van
man.
Dijk.
But if you in terms of like tackles, right, I would choose Bailly. Maguire sometimes tends to be a fridge, so yeah.
Yeah,
He's the
Bailly's
captain,
the Vidic, right?
Bailly is like, yeah, he just throws himself and
I
blocks
love to see
shots
that.
and yeah, I love to see that.
I
So
love to
Van
see
Dijk
that.
definitely, Van Dijk definitely, but I'll go with Bailly, man.
And Bailly.
Yeah, Vidic, Bailly,
Yeah.
yeah, Van Dijk, Bailly would be quite tough, very tough. Shit, I don't know any striker would dare go up against that.
All right,
So,
Liverpool
so
fans,
part
on to
Bailly,
you.
yeah.
Who are your picks for the centre defensive position?
Van Dijk and Gomez, bro. I don't know what's all this
Gomez.
buggy nonsense. You know?
Hey, did he give away a penalty against United once, Gomez?
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Shit,
I thought you would say Fabinho, though.
Worse than anything, bro. I mean, Baggy is talented. He is so talented. But he's injured all the time. I never see him when he
He's
plays.
injured,
But we're talking
bro.
about fit now. We're talking about fit now. Who's
Van Dijk is not even
registered?
the team, bro.
Your Van Dijk is injured now, so.
By Pickford,
in terms of like two players, I'm personally I'm not calling bias. I'm going to take Virgil van Dijk and Joe Gomez. I think Joe Gomez is the future of England.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man.
It's coming home.
Oh, well,
Yes,
don't forget, they
Future
laughed
of
at
England.
Maguire too. They did laugh at Maguire too at one point.
Right.
They're still laughing at Maguire, though.
Okay lah.
Yeah, jokes aside, he definitely redeemed himself, like, if you ask me, the past few games. So,
Oh, you agree
Based
or you go with Bailly?
Based on
He goes with Lindelof. Come on.
I go with Bailly actually.
You're gonna go with Bailly.
Oh, that's
Fair enough.
wow.
Fair enough.
Now, central defensive midfielder. Who are
DM.
your picks for that? Let's start with Liverpool fans. Farouq.
Fabinho.
Who the hell is the defensive midfielder?
Fabinho is,
It's not Henderson.
Yeah.
is it? It's not Henderson.
he has to play that because Fabinho is centre back now.
And then normally where does Henderson
But-
play? If Fabinho is defensive midfield.
If Henderson plays as number 6 and has Pogba's position now.
So where does Thiago play?
the number 6. Thiago just hasn't really been fit in yet. When all of them are fit, because when Thiago played, Fabinho was already.
So I think if everyone's fit, right,
Yeah.
Henderson won't be able to get into the team now, right?
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
But he's a captain.
Oh yeah, sure, can. Just keep on with the Van Dijk, don't waste time.
What about you guys, Man United fans? Who is your pick for the CDM position?
Not Matic lah. I don't think
Not
Matic.
Matic.
I don't
Not
know.
Matic, man.
A bit slow, man. He's like on times for
No, I
5
don't
speed, that guy.
really.
McSauce, I don't know.
McSauce,
Yeah.
I guess.
Fred, Mike Sauce,
It's gotta be McSauce.
McTominay.
I guess over Fred, I would pick McTominay. Yeah.
Okay, Zai,
It's
we gotta move
it's
on
the
to
difference
you.
between you want a right footer or left footer lah. Actually, that was what Fred kind of brings you on. He brings his left foot. That means he can open up to a side that most players.
I guess Fred is
look
just
at.
more hardworking, I would say.
He's got a lot of energy,
Yeah, he's got a lot of energy. Yeah.
but it's pretty risky because it's a little bit rash when going into certain challenges, right?
He's a little bit rash. He's a bit like not brilliant when it comes to certain
Like a
things.
bulldog
Yeah,
lah.
but
Keeps
he's
going for the ball, right? Doesn't give up.
Yeah.
yeah,
sorry.
but he's a lot of energy.
I'm sorry, United fans, but
Mhm.
I mean, for McTominay, besides the last 2 games, I don't think he turned up. he
Yeah, he didn't turn up. We are on
It's
rotation,
true.
man. He literally didn't turn up.
basically he will still have to be in your pick over the rest of the names that you have.
For defensive midfield, yeah.
For his DM,
Because we only got
yeah,
really
bro,
2
exactly.
defensive midfielders. We got
Yeah.
Matic and McTominay lah. And really,
Okay.
Matic moves in slow motion.
No, Zai, who would you pick as a tiebreaker? You gotta be a tiebreaker between
Okay.
Fabinho and McTominay.
I love Fabinho after what he did against Villa, exchanging jersey to a very young lad. I'm
Yeah.
in love with him.
Doing
Yeah lah.
very.
Defensive
Yeah.
midfield is
Fabinho
not
takes the top
currently United strong. I think you know what? Since we lost Carrick's goals, we haven't really properly replaced
Yeah,
Carrick.
that position, the anchor. The anchor position.
Yeah. Oh,
No.
I agree with that, man.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna move on to the midfield position. Okay, central midfielders. We're gonna name 2. Yeah, we'll start with the United fans. Who's the 2 central midfielders that you guys go for in this combined 11?
The Boxster and
I
the
have to agree with
Fernandes.
them.
The Boxster and the Fernandes.
It's got to be Bruno and
Ling,
Well,
do you
I-
concur with that?
there's no.
Naby
mean,
Keita,
But in terms of
Wijnaldum.
yeah,
Okay, Fernandes has got to be one of them lah. So you can argue about
Fernandes
Pogba's.
definitely. He's like the Van Dijk of
consistency.
defense.
Yeah, you
He's the Van
can
Dijk of defense.
you can argue about I think Pogba's
Yeah.
consistency.
I can
But-
argue about
yeah.
Pogba's, but Bruno is definitely
Is
going to be there.
Bruno's got to be one.
Yeah.
So maybe Wijnaldum and
But if you're
Fernandes.
gonna, I will go with Pogba though. If you're gonna compare him with Wijnaldum,
Yeah.
I don't know.
So
I will
so
go
you
with
agree
Pogba.
with Sam, Pogba, and Bruno.
I mean, his last 2
Yeah.
goals were insane.
Yeah, it was. A
I mean,
screamer
yeah,
against,
it's not like
Burnley, right?
he's been consistent the whole year, but I guess I could have to go with Pogba. Lah.
He's got that magic.
Because when he turns up, he really turns up, lah. And he's not, he's an idiot, lah. But yeah,
I gotta get the Liverpool
Yeah.
panel's point of view. Who would you guys pick? Is it Bruno is pretty much undisputed here. You guys agree
Yeah,
with that?
Bruno is probably the best this year.
Among the best.
Yeah, Bruno's the best defender in the Premier League this year. I don't think De Bruyne has been playing at the level he was last year, so Bruno is definitely there. But if I had to choose the second one, I don't think Pogba has been that good though. I mean, the stuff that he's been doing for the past few years have been quite, for someone of his standard, it's not good enough. So I'm gonna say, actually, I wouldn't mind Henderson being there. Actually, Henderson and
Actually, if
and
you,
Bruno Fernandes.
I agree with Nick. Yeah. Because you're talking about, okay, that's a 3 midfield we're going to have, right? We're going to have Fabinho and Fernandes and
Yeah.
Pogba, right? Fabinho will have to do like 100% of the defensive work.
Yeah.
Because these two guys won't really do. And Pogba's not the best he's a defensive
He
side.
never tracks back, bro.
Yeah. That's the problem, lah.
Yeah.
Fabinho has to do all of it. So actually, you know
Yeah.
what? I wouldn't mind a Milner like a workhorse, up and down, up and down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw
There's
Henderson.
Yeah.
Henderson over
I like
Milner.
Milner more than
There,
Henderson.
but
lah.
You're changing it now. You're changing it to
why don't we just
Henderson
pass
now.
the ball to Fernandes and let him do his thing in front? That's all. I'll be okay with that.
You need a Fletcher. You need a Dirk Kuyt. That type. You need a Pat Song.
Exactly.
Fuck you.
Exactly.
Fuck you. So he has a third lung, bro. He's everywhere. He's one of the most hardworking players I've ever seen lately.
What do you say, Farouq? Henderson over
Lampard.
Pogba?
Henderson. I would
Actually-
say Henderson.
You guys don't like Thiago?
Yeah. I
You
don't
haven't
think they've
seen
seen
much
enough. I think that's
I don't
the
see
issue.
enough. Yeah, that's
I
true.
don't get enough.
Not that I don't
Enough
like.
time.
I mean, you see the stats, classes stats. I mean, you see amazing and all, but you see him when a rate and to perform. I want to jump the gun to say anything about it.
Okay, long yes.
So you
Actually,
guys,
I think I would like to
you guys
change
changing?
because if you look at Pogba as a non-United fan, right? I think I'm being biased, man. I would pick Henderson over him actually.
Think
Yeah.
Link, you
Like,
got like love-hate
yeah.
relationship with Pogba, right?
Half the
Eh,
But Henderson is not.
No, it's not that I think he's a terrible player, but he's
Yeah.
like what I said, when he doesn't turn up, right, he's at his worst,
Like
And
moaning
he's
and
the type
stuff.
of player,
Yeah.
plays on mood and everything. So we don't need that at United.
So,
So I'm changing to Henderson. I'm fine with this.
So Henderson. All right. So the
Yeah.
midfield trio is Bruno Fernandes, Jordan Henderson, and Scott McTominay. Now we're gonna go to left wing. Nick, Farouq, who would you pick for your left wingers in this combined 11?
No, actually,
Sadio
this
Mane?
season,
Anthony Martial, Mason Greenwood.
no, actually, I'm going to go with.
Could even put Rashford there.
Call me a bias. I'm going to go with Rashford actually, because I think this season Mane hasn't really been performing very well.
Wow.
He's been uncritical. He's been sometimes selfish. He doesn't really get involved as much as he did last year. I thought he just get into dangerous positions as well. He's been very, very off when he's shooting. So, and Rashford is, for all he's done for NHS and everything, and also he's been scoring goals as well. So I think I'm going to go with Rashford.
Farouq?
I still stick to Mane. I mean, I still have faith in him. I mean, although this season he hasn't been performing, I think he can perform for this team.
How about you, Sam?
I think 1 or 2 goals.
Sir Marcus.
Not many.
Marcus Rashford.
Sir Marcus Rashford.
OBE.
OBE.
Link?
Wow. I mean, last season, if you ask me, I'll definitely put on Mane lah. But this season, in terms of speed, and Rashford has been off when it comes to finishing this season. If you guys notice, right, he has the capabilities to dribble. He's perfect, but finishing is a bit off. But
Okay, Link.
guess
Who does that remind you of? The guy who can dribble fast, but his finishing not there yet in United's history. Who does that remind you of? I'm not saying he's going to become that guy, but who does that remind you of?
What is it?
Ryan Giggs,
Cristiano?
very probably.
Yeah, man.
Ryan Giggs?
Yeah, screw
No,
that. Yeah,
Cristiano.
When
know?
Cristiano first
Yeah.
started, bro.
Yeah,
When
he just
Cristiano
got-
started, I guess.
He
Yeah.
just went past people like Walker,
Yeah,
but
he
then
could have finished.
just couldn't
Yeah.
finish.
Yeah.
So-
Exactly.
I think people forget like Rashford's
So-
age is still pretty young. He's what, 22?
So
He's
Rashford
pretty young.
takes
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say
Rashford
I have
takes
to agree
the
with Rashford.
left
Yeah.
wing. Okay. Now we
Mhm.
move on to the right. Who do you pick on the right, Link? Daniel James.
Salah.
Is it? Oh, Salah.
Yeah, United go to right.
Come on, hands down, man. You want me to
United go
pick?
to right.
Who you want me to pick over Salah, bro?
I want to pick
Yeah.
Jadon Sancho, but I cannot.
Yeah, not yet.
Man, he's not even worth 100 million, lah. Come on, lah.
Actually, he's
Yeah.
not doing very well now, right, over there. Pardon me.
No,
So Sam,
he's
you're also
goalless
gonna
for so
go with
long.
Salah, yeah?
United doesn't have a right winger. We don't.
Okay. How about you, Nick? Farouq?
Oh, Salah, bro. That's the one else.
Salah.
King Mo.
Okay, that's pretty much unanimous.
King Mo.
The final position, centre
Sorry,
forward.
sorry,
Centre
my
forward.
Oh yeah.
as a Newcastle fan and also a football fan, for
Wilson.
me, it makes no sense to not have either Mane or Salah in your best 11,
Combined 11.
in your best combined 11. After all, either one of them. After all, they are still second in the league. We're not talking about fourth or fifth. They are second and they're still fighting for the title.
Yeah.
So looking at their contribution between Salah and Mane, both of them, if they are not scoring, they are still playing a part to make sure that they are still on top of the table.
Right,
That's
definitely.
true
Yeah,
also lah.
we do have Salah, bro.
Yeah, so Salah for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go.
Unfortunately, Mane, I don't know what's not really going right with him. Perhaps you want to put Mane on the left and Rashford in up top.
But you know when I do
Is
see
that something
Liverpool
you guys want to
play,
do?
Yeah, I do want to do that.
I do see Liverpool play, right? You guys don't switch flanks a lot. Mane is always on his flank and Salah's always on his flank. You guys don't really switch flank a lot because you use the opposite side,
Actually,
you know.
they should, you know why? Yeah. So
No, because Salah likes
Mane's
to.
natural position is right wing.
But because Salah, I think he gets first choice, right, where he wants to play.
Yeah.
So he prefers to cut in on his left and then go in that way, right? So
Sometimes
that's
gets
That's basically Firmino's job to bring the defenders back, I guess. Right?
yeah, pull him out position,
clear.
create a hole
Pull
for
them up,
Salah.
yeah.
But a lot of
Salah.
defenders sort of figured that this is what
John's
you're gonna do.
point about Rashford being in the middle.
Yeah, okay. If I may add, if you look back at last season, there were a few occasions where Mane and Salah would actually argue on the pitch. They really fight for every ball.
Yeah.
The fire in them. Like Mane, Salah, they will fight for every ball. They will get very selfish with the ball and all that. But we just don't see that this season. So maybe that is also one reason if you're going to look at the depth in performance with Liverpool, it's that they are just not that fired up or eager. I don't know.
Well, you ask any EPL manager, what is the hardest thing to do? It's not really win the EPL, but win it the second time. Do it again once you've won it. Can you keep your players hungry? Can you keep them motivated? Can you keep that hunger going? Every training session, every game. I remember that's what Sir Alex said. Can I keep winning the second time? And I got to get players who have that same mentality. So if you don't, that's how you kind of drop off. I think that is what Liverpool, along with the fatigue, is facing at the moment. Not to say there are not players there who definitely want to win the EPL, but you need everyone on board.
Yeah, definitely. It seems it.
And to the centre forward position, who would you guys pick?
Who?
Nick?
Liverpool.
Farouq. Oh, you've got
I know both our number 9 don't really score much,
Cavani.
right?
You got your Firmino.
I gotta go with someone, yeah.
They don't really score
yeah,
much.
both of them. I gotta go with number
out
7, man.
Yeah,
Cavani.
it's Cavani. I would
Because
trust him
in
to get the
terms of-
goals. So.
Yeah, exactly. In terms of finishing and being a predator in front of goals, right? Although age is a factor, but if you look at that with Salah there and Rashford and Cavani, I think I will go with Cavani, man, up front. Over Firmino for now. I don't know. I just feel like there's a finishing, the experience and all. Cavani, I think he gets the goals in.
No,
Yeah, man, definitely. Natural
Farouq,
goal
you guys
scorer.
agree? Cavani. Cavani.
Man, I can't wait for the game, man. Honestly, I cannot wait.
Yeah, same, bro.
I'm so excited right
I
now.
don't know what the hell.
We
I think I'm gonna stay awake until.
But I don't think he'll start. I don't think he'll start though. Cavani.
He might because Martial's injured, bro.
Oh,
He
shoot,
doesn't-
yeah.
He doesn't have to
Martial's
start.
injured.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
like that, then he
Martial's
has to
injured.
start lah. Then he has to start lah.
Then he has to start. Yeah,
Yeah.
Rashford and I think Cavani will start. Yeah.
Rashford, I think it'll be Rashford, Cavani, Greenwood. I would say.
Greenwood, yeah, probably.
Rashford,
Like,
Cavani, Greenwood.
You guys
Well,
remember
that-
the Southampton game when you were trailing 3-0 and he came on?
2-0, bro.
2-0.
Was
It was-
Oh, so yeah,
3-2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what he
Can
brings. That's what he brings. He knows. Actually, he's
So
our
that's what I
only
meant by
number
as a
9. He's our
predatory
only
striker.
number 9. Martial is, as much as we try to sumbat him there, he can't do it. He doesn't have the instinct.
For this season, Martial, I don't even want to say anything.
Yeah, oh my god, the one on what's it, against Burnley, right? The 1-on-1. Cavani put it on the plate and like
put it on the plate, he just placed it to the keeper. That's one of many this season, actually, if you ask me. He missed a lot of sitters, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Theo Walcott, like a winger trying to be centre forward who's not really naturally a goal scorer.
Yeah, Martial started off as a winger. That's the thing. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Walcott.
But he always wanted to play centre forward, he himself.
Oh, is it?
He was-
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
He wanted to play. You're not happy when we got Zlatan lah, and then he was always pushed to the side. Then we gave away his
Zlatan is
number.
almost 10 years older to him, man.
Yeah.
And he got the goals in, bro. Yeah, I think he's almost 10 years, yeah.
For France, he plays centre
His diving
forward.
header
So.
was sick as well, man.
He was not picked for France, the World Cup. Yeah.
No, just France has so much depth.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Then again-
Martial and
Then
then
again,
Mbappe, right? How to compare?
Mbappe,
and Mbappe,
Yeah.
Osman, Dembele, all the
Dembele, Griezmann, everyone there, man. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, so centre forward.
So centre forward would be Cavani, which totals up to 6 United players to Liverpool's 5. Just to recap, the goalkeeper position is filled by De Gea. Left back, you have Andy Robertson. Right back, you have Wan-Bissaka. And 2 centre defenders is Eric Bailly and Virgil van Dijk. And in central defensive midfielder, you have Fabinho with Bruno Fernandes in front, as well as Jordan Henderson. And the front three is made up of Rashford on the left, Salah on the right, and Edison Cavani at the top. So that's your combined 11.
Well done.
I think that's relatively
Well
fair.
done.
Lah.
I think we're going to move on to match predictions.
Yeah.
Um,
Just to
alright.
tell everyone, there's about 8 minutes left, so probably a good thing to wrap up with.
Yeah.
Uh,
Predictions will be last.
I'll start with the Liverpool fans, and then I'll go with the Manchester United fan, and then I'll go with you, Zai, as
Sure.
the
You as well.
So
Your prediction as well.
yeah, I think I'll get the ball rolling. I think I'm gonna put it 3-2 to Liverpool. I know they haven't been scoring, but I see this as a high scoring fixture. I see Liverpool putting a few goals past Manchester United. I think some nerves will be kicking in, because United's in an unfamiliar territory. This is the first time they've been at the top of the table since 2013 in January. I think some nerves might be gonna, these players, I don't know if they can handle. And you see, the thing about Liverpool, Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool team is they love to be behind. They thrive when they're chasing. They thrive being, sort of the underdogs, but they're not. I mean, technically, United's top with 3 points ahead. But yeah, I fancy Liverpool to win this 3-2. What do you think, Nick? What are your predictions?
I think it's going to be 2-1 to Liverpool as well. I think they're going to go all out. Like you guys said earlier, they've got a longer rest, so I think they've been getting their preparations done. So I think they're going to come out all guns blazing. They're probably going to just try and blitz United, like how they always try to do. They try to score a couple of quick early goals to settle the nerves and everything.
Any scorers?
If Liverpool, scorers. I think there'll be a Salah penalty. And then, I don't know. Apart from Salah, nobody else seems to strike me as someone who can score. So maybe a Trent free kick.
So like set pieces, nothing open play.
In-
Yeah,
I don't think Liverpool are very clinical up front in the actual game these days. So maybe set pieces. Yeah.
How about you, Farouq? What's your scoreline?
I'll go actually 2-all. I mean,
2-2. You're going for a draw?
2-all. I'm going for a draw for this one. I mean, I'm having a great run, and Liverpool is a bit shaky at the moment. I mean, Liverpool, no doubt, they'll go all out, but because due to recent performance, I'm a bit skeptical if they can actually win this game. I mean, Liverpool is doing quite well. I mean, they don't want to lose. In a way, I think they are hungry. So they should push it for it. But Liverpool, and them, they will actually go to the last game just to make sure that it'll be a loss.
All right. Okay, Sam. What about you?
I'm going to go with a score draw or even possibly a 0-0. a 0-0. I
0-0.
don't think it's
No
going to be
doubt.
high scoring because I think both teams have studied each other extensively. I think it can be a case of how City and United in the league cancel each other's out. You guys will mark the hell out of Fernandes, and we will mark the hell out of Salah, and then just cancel each other out. And it's also United's game to, we can play for the draw. Liverpool have to win. So I foresee if it gets to halftime without a leader, without a 1-0 or whatever, going into the second half, 60th minute, United brings on another defender, we just close up shop. And then you guys have shown that you have trouble breaking down two banks of five. So I think a score draw, a 0-0 is likely lah.
Okay. What about you, Ling? What do you think the scoreline would be?
I mean, I gotta agree with Sam, but I really think there will be some goals in this game. So I'm gonna go with a 2-1 win over United.
I hope
For
so.
United,
2-1
sorry.
win to
I hope
United.
so.
Yeah.
I think the score for United.
I'm a bit confident in a way, but yeah, 2-1 to United. Rashford, Bruno, probably Salah for Liverpool.
Oh
Yes.
my god, I can't wait for the game right now. Oh god.
2 penalties. One Bruno and one for Salah.
Bruno, I didn't say it's a penalty, but Bruno from outside the box, as he has done before. But yeah, I'm going with a 2-1 for now. It's not going to be like crazy 5-0 or something, but yeah.
I think
What you,
technically, if like, sorry, Zai.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just
Let
get-
me finish this. I'm not going to base my prediction on the current form because this match will be filled with emotions. So I have to say it's going to be a high-scoring game. So I'm going to go for a 3-2 victory to Liverpool.
Ah, yeah. we neutrals think alike.
You guys, the neutrals want an exciting game to watch. If it's a 0-0, you guys, alamat tidur lah.
So
Mate, if
technically,
it
I'm the
was the
only one.
same 0-0 scoreline like the Crystal Palace game, yeah, might as well sleep. Might as
Yeah.
well,
Teams are top of the table right now. It's like the rivalry is renewed. It's up there again. It's
Yeah.
like, it matters.
Yeah.
I'm very happy about that actually. I'm not gonna lie.
No, the thing is,
That-
like when we played against City, right? It was a 0-0 draw. It was like both the teams are going in for nothing like that, you know. But
Yeah.
this one, like what you said, it's a rivalry.
Maybe.
Number one, number two, the table. Yeah. So
First and
it's
second.
first and second. So
three.
it's going to be definitely there's going to be scores. It's not going to be 0-0. It's never going to be 0-0. Yeah.
the hype is real.
Tom Cruise, I'm pretty ready.
The thing is, like, I think the
Yeah.
general feeling of like standard United fans, even if we lose this, it's okay, like it's quite okay. We lost to the champions, and we are still joint, points and still in the title race, which is essentially
Yeah.
our objective in the whole season. Our objective was never to
the-
win the league this
Yeah.
season. It was just to be there about top 4, qualify for Champions League, and then just pose.
The funny thing is we were playing Liverpool again after that.
Oh yeah, in FA
In
Cup,
the
right?
FA Cup.
Yeah.
In the FA Cup, yeah.
4th round.
Round. And we're playing at Old Trafford, one of the last games, maybe that's going to be another important game. I think the last third or last second game only against Liverpool.
Cool.
All right, guys. I think that's it for our show today. We'll try and see you guys back for the aftermath to see who gets
Can't wait
predictions
for
right,
that.
and to see who
Yes.
and we'll see if there's enough friendly banter to go around between these two sets of supporters. Any firing shots? Any parting firing shots? Anyone wants to place amongst the other?
In less than a minute.
I reserve.
Finish it.
I want
I don't want to say anything. It's stupid. Except my stupid Joe Gomez is alongside Van Dijk in centre back pairing. But I'm just gonna.
Okay, good. I say good luck, guys, and take care and stay safe.
Yeah, good luck, guys.
you too.
Although it's Monday morning, but yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it, boss.
All
Let's
right,
do it.
Let's do it. All right, guys. See you guys on the next round.
See you guys.
All right.
See you guys soon.
See you.
Thanks for watching.
Nice
All
having
right.
nice.
Thanks,
having you,
Jamal and
Sam
Zai.
and Farouq.
Yeah.
Subscribe.
Thank you for inviting me.
Subscribe
Like.
and share.
Fans
Fans
talk
Talk Football.
football.